Up next on Connections, the Wacker Drive construction project is underway. We'll tell you what that means for CTA service in the area. CTA has the cure for cabin fever this winter. From indoor attractions to outdoor adventures, the CTA will take you there. CTA customers wanted it, and now they're getting it. Train Tracker is here. When was the last time you checked the expiration date on your Chicago card? It's time to take a look. And in Backtracks, a look at some of the more unusual uses for train cars during the early days of Chicago public transit. Those stories and much more, all coming up next on Connections. Hello, I'm Omar Barragan. Welcome to Connections. The next phase of the Wacker Drive reconstruction project is now underway. 13 CTA bus routes are affected by construction. Here's what CTA customers need to know. For 80 years, Wacker Drive has moved traffic through, around, and under Chicago's central business district. Now it's time to revive Wacker Drive, and construction is underway along the stretch between Randolph and Washington.
13 of CTA's bus routes that operate on or near Wacker Drive will be impacted. Of these, 10 routes will be rerouted around construction and street closures, and all 13 will have bus stop changes.
The project involves simultaneous construction on both Upper and Lower Wacker.
Both Upper and Lower Wacker Drive will be affected by this, so if you were riding a bus on Lower Wacker, you can expect to catch that above ground for the duration of these reroutes.
CTA and the Chicago Department of Transportation work together on a reroute strategy.
We've met on a regular basis with CDOT traffic staff, CTA planning staff to develop routes that really minimize the impact on CTA customers.
CTA bus routes that operate on or near Wacker Drive will undergo service changes. Franklin will become a two-way street for this phase of the project. CTA made sure customers weren't caught by surprise.
We started getting customer information specialists on the street to start distributing information to customers well in advance, approximately 3 weeks from when the reroute started. Additionally, we have onboard announcements on the bus to notify customers.
Information was also relayed through email alerts to registered customers and via the Bus Tracker service alert feature.
Bus Tracker users may notice that the estimated arrival times for some stops in the affected areas may not be accurately reflected on the website when the reroutes first go into effect. We ask for their patience. However, estimated arrival times at locations outside of this area will not be impacted.
The CTA website will also have the latest updates on reroutes for this phase and future phases.
In 2011, we'll be redoing Randolph to Monroe, 2012 Monroe down to Congress Parkway. With each phase of the project, there will be new reroutes for CTA buses. We'll have all that information posted clearly on the Wacker Drive website and, of course, through all of CTA's communications channels.
63,000 vehicles use Wacker Drive on an average day. As that traffic is channeled around construction, delays are inevitable. Allow extra time for travel through the area.
The thing to keep in mind is with any construction project, people are going to be inconvenienced, and so certainly we ask for patience and understanding as we go through this process and try to do the best that we can.
CDOT plans to wrap up the entire Wacker Drive project by the end of 2012. It's a new year, and there's a new tool for CTA customers. Train Tracker is now available to help customers plan their trips. CTA's Bus Tracker has proven itself a tremendous tool for bus customers. Now, customers can get estimated arrival times for trains too. The CTA is rolling out a test version of Train Tracker.
So what we're launching right now is a public beta test. It allows everyone to go and try out Train Tracker, see how it works for them, and let us know what they think so we can continue to make it better and better during this testing phase.
Like Bus Tracker, Train Tracker is available on any internet-enabled device. a computer, smartphone, iPad, or similar gadget. No matter what the device, Train Tracker is incredibly easy to use.
I'll select Train Tracker on my phone. And in this case, we'll open up Chicago on the Brown Line. So first, select your route, and then pick your station. Simple as that.
Those using a computer or mobile device can customize their information options.
You can view what trains are coming in the order that they're arriving. You can see them grouped by route if you're only concerned about one route, or you can also group train arrivals by platform directions.
While Bus Tracker involved developing a new system to gather bus data, CTA used an existing data system to create Train Tracker.
We have our train tracking system internally to run our railroad. And it's just basically our signal system, uses track detection, tells us where the trains are at. We decided to take that data and modify it, massage it, and put it in a format where the public can receive it.
And there's no doubt CTA customers will use it.
If there's any one thing that people ask me about when they learn what I do at CTA is when is Train Tracker coming? So we're really excited to be able to bring this to people.
Because this is the initial beta testing phase, the CTA encourages users to make suggestions about how to make Train Tracker even better.
If you go to the Train Tracker website and click on Help and Notes, there's a feedback form that you can use to let us know what you think, because we really want to build this around what our customers need.
Congratulations to the CTA team that worked so hard on the Train Tracker project.
And we want to share with you another story about the good works of CTA employees. The CTA's bus maintenance team pulled together this past holiday season to make wishes come true for some Chicago school children. Almost 300 children at the Joseph Warren School on 92nd and Jeffrey received gifts after maintenance employees from all the CTA garages organized a gift drive.
We did receive letters from the kids to decide what type of gifts that they did want. And what we did from there was that we just went out with the collection and the donations, and the shopping was done.
CTA employees not only purchased all the gifts, they wrapped them too, then helped distribute them during the school's holiday assembly.
I wanted every child in the school to receive a Christmas present, and CTA came through.
No one left there without a smile on their face. So I believe that the mission was accomplished.
And I am truly, truly appreciative, and so are my students.
Winters in Chicago can be a bear, but that doesn't mean that you have to act like one. Don't let the cold weather send you into hibernation. Take the CTA and take advantage of all the Chicago area has to offer during this season of snow.
Whether you enjoy gliding or sliding, plan on riding the CTA to your favorite winter activity.
It's a very active time for Chicagoans who really want to get out and enjoy our weather and the various activities.
Enjoy this weather? Absolutely. CTA buses and trains drop you within feet of many of the area's favorite attractions, like the Millennium Park Ice Rink and the museum campus. Sure, you have to dress a little different if you head to the museum campus now, but the same CTA buses that kept you cool in the heat of summer will keep you warm in the chill of winter.
Yeah, that's a very inviting part of it. Yeah, we enjoy that. Our buses are clean, they're safe, and they're consistent. We think our customers appreciate that.
These customers did.
Didn't have to clear the windows. I got in, it was clean. I had a seat. I'm happy. So it was a good time.
The Pierce family took the number 151 bus to Lincoln Park Zoo. The zoo is open year-round and admission is free. There's also free fun at the Dan Ryan Woods at 87th and Western. Buses along both 87th Street and Western Avenue drop sled enthusiasts right outside the sled hills. And the 52A bus is a few steps from the Yukich Fields Ice Rink at 92nd and Kedzie. The Green Line is the option for folks who want to take a break from the cold and chill out among the lush greenery at the Garfield Park Conservatory on the west side. The bottom line? The CTA keeps moving during the winter, and so can you.
We're still very active, and our ridership is very, very high. Chicagoans enjoy all 4 seasons, and we provide service all year long.
If you purchased a Chicago or Chicago Card Plus in 2007, your card will expire this year. Now is the time to check the status of your card.
More than 150,000 Chicago cards are set to expire in 2011. For Chicago Card Plus, that number is more than 50,000. Is your card one of them? Check now so you can renew before the card expires.
Customers with registered cards will be notified by the CTA through email or through postcards. And the unregistered customers will have to check the expiration date by themselves.
There are 4 ways to check your card's expiration. Go online to chicago-card.com/cc. Use one of the passenger information units located in most CTA rail stations. Renew in person at the CTA Sales Center at 567 West Lake, or call 1-888-YOUR-CTA.
The easiest way would be to go directly on the website. We have a very interactive web-based program that allows the customer to go right online and place an order for the cards online.
It's important to remember, only registered cards can have a balance transferred. You can register the card online or call CTA to register, but you need to do it before the expiration date.
If you are registered customers, you have the ability of having the remaining balance on the card being transferred to the new card. But CTA has no way of reimbursing the customers whose cards are not registered.
One more thing to keep in mind. If you are a Chicago card holder, you can register your card online, but you can't transfer a balance online. That needs to be done in person at the CTA Sales Center, in which case you'll get the new card right away.
We can do a replacement for you now.
Or you can call 1-888-YOUR-CTA and get a new card in the mail.
Let's see what's available for you. One moment, please.
If you order the card online or you call the customer service, you will receive the card within 5 to 7 business days through mail.
And those of you who don't have a Chicago card or a Chicago Card Plus yet, what are you waiting for? Learn for yourself what 700,000 CTA customers already know. It's the easiest and most cost-efficient way to take the CTA.
You just tap the card as you go. The fare, the balance is already there. You don't have to worry about if you have coins or bills or anything. It's just a great convenience for those that ride the CTA.
A bus ride using any CTA fare card is always 25 cents cheaper than paying in cash. I'm here at the recently refurbished Red Line station at North and Clyborn. A unique partnership between the CTA and Apple made the improvements possible without taking a bite out of the CTA budget.
Bright and airy, this is the newly refurbished North and Clyborn station, just a few steps away from the shiny new Apple store that opened in October.
As you're coming out of the subway, it opens up into the plaza and looking into the store.
Apple and CTA teamed together to make possible a much-needed station renovation.
Part of the agreement was that Apple contributed money to the CTA to do the improvements, and we coordinated with the contractors, Apple's contractors, to do the station work. And then CTA hired a contractor to do the platform level work.
The improvements are obvious and impressive.
It took some time, but it's nice. It's worth it.
It's so much nicer than the old one. I mean, it's open, it's airy, and it's much easier to move around in.
Natural light spills into the station from a wall of windows. Everything from the granite flooring to the stainless steel ceiling is new, including the customer service kiosk and fare turnstile. There are new security cameras at both the station entrance and the subway platform. The platform level has a fresh coat of paint, new benches, and improved lighting.
It's a big difference. It looks a lot cleaner,
The station exterior has all new brick and signage. And there's an outdoor plaza that connects the CTA to the Apple Store.
It's very nice. This has all been put together by Apple, so they maintain everything in the plaza, the water featured, the chairs, the green space.
The plaza is already becoming a popular spot for both Apple and CTA customers.
Yeah, like say I'll meet you up at the North and Clyborn station. Like now you have a really interesting place to hang out and meet. People will linger and enjoy the experience a lot more.
I think the improvements into the area in general have been overall very well received and gives a nice little pop to the entire neighborhood, which is what was intended.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I adore the CTA. I'm a lifelong Chicagoan. I always take public transportation, and I live in this neighborhood, so it's wonderful.
Apple's investment in the refurbished station totaled nearly $4 million. The 5000 series rail cars are making their way across the system.
The cars are seen here serving customers on the pink line. They've previously been tested on the brown, orange, blue, green, and red lines. During this phase of testing, the CTA is monitoring how the cars perform in the ice and snow. April 2010, CTA customers board the new, highly anticipated 5000 series rail cars.
So we're pleased today to be here to introduce you to the next generation of rail cars for the CTA. Until now, CTA's most recent purchase of new rail cars was in the early 1990s, when the 3200 series cars were purchased for the opening of the orange line and to replace older cars on the brown and yellow lines.
The CTA has 1,190 rail cars. Nearly 30% of those are between 32 and 41 years old. New cars will replace the oldest cars in the fleet to ensure reliable service and reduce maintenance costs.
This will help to accomplish two very important priorities for the agency: improving service and being fiscally responsible. That is why these new additions to the fleet are so important, and why we're pleased to officially introduce you the new rail cars and their features.
There are 10 prototype cars. The cars will be tested on all 8 lines. The cars don't look much different on the outside, but on the inside, there's a sleek new look and a variety of special features and technologies. Most obvious is the aisle-facing seating. You'll recognize the configuration if you've ever taken public transit in New York or Boston. The seats are the same size as those in older cars, but the new arrangement allows for better customer flow and more customers per car.
With their old seating arrangement, there's a bottleneck with the seats. It's kind of a narrow space between the seats, and it's hard for customers to pass through.
There are hand straps to help standing customers keep their balance. LED indicator maps and destination signs help customers keep track of station stops, the date and time. And all the cars are equipped with security cameras.
One camera is actually facing out of the front of the train. The other 6 basically cover pretty much every square inch of the train. So if something happens, we have a record of the incidents.
There are several safety features not on the prototype cars that will be included in the final order,
including the ability for the rail car operator to view the interior of each rail car and speak to the people in that rail car via active passenger intercom. The Chicago Police Department will have remote video surveillance access, and CTA's control center will be able to make emergency audio announcements and send emergency text messages to the LED signs inside the trains.
Our emergency decals and signs are also photoluminescent.
Other safety features include glow-in-the-dark floor strips to guide people to the exits in the event a car loses power. The doors have added safety features too.
The method of sensing an obstruction in the door is kind of done in a high-tech way. It's being done through sensing in the motor versus using actual switches in the rubber edge. As you can see, I could put a finger in and the doors will bounce back, allowing me to free my hand.
Not as obvious to the customers, but equally as important are the efficiency features of the new rail cars. The older cars use DC or direct current to drive trains. Alternating current or AC propulsion drives the new cars.
A good feature of the AC propulsion is what we call regenerative braking. It's similar to what a hybrid car does. When a hybrid car brakes, the motors will turn into generators and generate electricity. And in this case, instead of storing it into a battery, we put it back into the third rail. So if there's another car on the same power section, it uses that power.
AC propulsion is the standard today and is used on other large systems such as New York, Washington, D.C., and Atlanta. It is more cost-efficient as parts for maintenance are easier to get. A new computerized diagnostic system provides a digital performance record for individual cars. Inside the cab, any problems with equipment pops up on a digital display to let the driver know what and where the problem is.
The operator is able to troubleshoot a little bit quicker and be able to get the train moving quickly.
The 5000 series rail cars have been tested through the summer, fall, and winter to monitor their performance in all weather conditions.
Before the train cars entered passenger service for testing, they went through several months of out-of-service testing to make sure the cars were safe and passenger-worthy.
Time to go back in time with Backtracks, a look at Chicago's colorful public transit history. Electric streetcars in the 1880s came in a variety of styles. The Chicago Consolidated Traction Company operated open-air cars like this one on Belmont when weather permitted. The year, 1893. It's Chicago Day at the World's Columbian Exposition in Jackson Park. Hundreds of thousands of visitors travel to the event by any means possible. Passengers scramble for a ride on top of this streetcar train near Wentworth and 61st Street. Post office cars operated on several streetcar lines in Chicago for about 20 years, starting in 1895. Mail was sorted on board and exchanged with other train cars on the system. This is a wood body car built in 1905 and operated along a 4-mile route by the Chicago Union Traction Company. Notice the front fender. It was designed to save errant pedestrians from injury. To work around the lack of paved roads, the Metropolitan West Side Elevated Railway introduced cars specially designed to carry the deceased to resting places beyond the city limits. The cars were in use from 1907 until the early 1930s. The Calumet and South Chicago Railway purchased this funeral rail car in 1910 to take mourners to cemeteries on the south side. This car had room for the casket and 39 seated mourners. The year 1946. Chicago's first articulated bus is a demonstrator built by Twin Coach. In 1948, it is converted to a trolley coach with seats for 58 passengers. It is dubbed the Queen Mary, and it's almost as difficult to maneuver as its namesake because the rear wheels have no turning capacity of their own. That's it for Backtracks. Now back to the present.
Keeping CTA buses and trains prepped for Chicago's notorious winters is a year-long process. Even when it's sunny and 90 in the summer, the CTA is planning for snowy and cold in the winter.
When it comes to weather, in Chicago we have extremes of high temperatures, low temperatures. You can get snow in May, you know, and so we really got to stay on top of our game all year round. Otherwise, you know, you don't want to be caught off guard because everything has to make the street every day, you know, we have to provide the service.
We work all year. It's either in preparation of the equipment to make it suitable for the winter, or it's reviewing our procedures and gathering information to make sure that everything we're doing is to the best interest to move people along, to get them where they need to go no matter what the weather is.
Winter is here, and CTA is working hard with the city to make sure customers get where they need to go.
Come August 1st is our big step off when we start reviewing our plans and putting our plans together for that next winter, in which we gather all our information together and we come up and we dedicate a book that designs all our instances when we have snow or ice, and then we detail it out about how the city and the CTA works together to formulate and to put a plan into action when certain instances happen.
We got a snow command, and pretty much we already have a plan in place where I can expect the lots to be plowed so I can get all the buses onto the street and so forth. There are scheduled times when the snow command plows the turnarounds and some of the lots and so forth, so we can get all the equipment on the street. I have a snow command person that I can contact should I require extra service salting so that I can move service out on the street.
Between the rail janitors and facilities maintenance, they clean all the platforms. Different departments of the CTA will have different areas in which they cover, and they have complete crews that go out and they will clean everything that has to do with making sure that everything runs properly.
CTA uses special equipment to keep buses and trains going in the snow and sleet.
We put the sleet scraper train out. We usually put it out before we have our normal rush hours. or in the middle of the night, we'll put it out. It puts down a paste down on the third rail, and it prevents the snow and ice from sticking, and it allows us to have complete conductivity between the third rail and the train.
We're a 24/7 operation, and the preparedness for the bus in the morning really begins as soon as that bus pulls in off the street. That's when we fuel it, we sweep it, we inspect it, we have to turn that thing around. By the next morning, that bus has to be ready to go out in the morning. So we got 3 shifts working around the clock to turn these buses around and make sure they're good, that they're clean, safe, and nice and warm to go out in the morning.
We've gone through extensive testing and extensive preparedness to make sure that we cover everything when something happens, and it will help our passengers get to where they're going, because we know that during inclement weather, we have a tendency to carry a lot more people than we normally do during a normal rush hour.
We've seen how the CTA preps for the cold and snow. How about CTA customers? How many layers are you wearing today to accommodate your travels?
I have 2 sweatshirts, a hoodie, and a nice thick down coat.
Just gotta have the super heavy gloves, gotta have the warm scarf.
How many layers do you got on right now?
I got on like 2 to 3 layers.
And how many layers of clothing do you got on today?
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
All throughout?
All throughout. A couple pairs of socks, grab a cup of coffee to keep my fingers warm. And then there are a couple of stores in there that once I get off the L, I'll like dip in and check their bus tracker.
I got my gloves, neck warmer, hoodie. Can't go nowhere without hoodie or hat.
Yeah.
Depending on the hairdo, how that's looking. So pretty much I just try to layer up.
Boots?
Yeah. How many layers are you wearing?
No, just only 1 layer. I'm a heavy guy anyway. I'm a polar bear. I don't need that much.
Okay. We've given you a lot of information this show, and if you'd like even more, you have several options.
The CTA's website is always a good option for information on trip planning, schedules, fare card options, and much more. It's all on www.transitchicago.com. And while on the website, check out the App Center for the latest mobile and web applications designed to enhance your CTA travel experience. Many downloads are free. And did you miss a portion of this show? Or maybe you want to watch it again or share it with friends? Individual Connections episodes are available on the CTA Connections YouTube channel. Again, just go to the CTA site and click on the links for Connections.
Finally, if you have a story idea or travel tip you'd like to see on a future episode of Connections, call the Connections hotline. That number is 312-681-2812. We'd love to hear from you. That's it for this show. Thanks for watching. I'm Omar Barragan, and I'll see you next time on Connections.